Welcome to today's Tea Time audio story. It's time to slow down, take a deep breath, and enjoy a moment just for you. As you sip your favorite tea, let your mind drift into the world of stories, where imagination comes alive and anything is possible. Listening to audio stories isn't just entertaining, it's also a wonderful way to relax, spark creativity, and improve your English in a natural and enjoyable way. Stories have the power to transport us to far-off places, introduce us to new characters, and remind us of life's little lessons. So whether you're here to unwind, learn something new, or simply enjoy a quiet escape, this is your time. Get comfortable, let your worries melt away, and allow today's story to take you on a journey. Let the magic begin. The weight of their investigation was beginning to suffocate them. What had started as a determined effort to expose Olivia had turned into a shadow looming over every moment Ethan and Sophia spent together. The nights they used to fill with laughter and whispered confessions were now spent poring over old rumors, digging through social media posts, and chasing leads that always seemed just out of reach. Sophia felt like she was drowning in it. At first, she had been just as eager as Ethan to uncover the truth. She had seen Olivia's cruelty firsthand, how she manipulated, how she lied, how she had almost killed her on that hiking trail. But the deeper they dug, the more twisted things became. Olivia was careful. Every time they thought they had something concrete, it slipped through their fingers like sand. The worst part was that Olivia had started twisting the story before they could even act. She played the victim, subtly turning people against Sophia. First, it was little things, whispers in the hallways, classmates giving Sophia strange looks. Then came the rumors that Sophia was obsessed with Olivia, that she was the one who had been starting drama, that she was the real manipulator. Sophia knew it was Olivia's doing, but knowing didn't make it hurt any less. Ethan, however, refused to slow down. If anything, the mounting tension made him even more relentless. Every spare moment, he was searching, questioning people, digging for something that could bring Olivia down once and for all. One night, Sophia found him sitting at his desk, his laptop open and a notebook filled with scribbled notes lying beside him. He barely looked up when she entered. "You need to take a break," she said gently. "I'm close," Ethan muttered, flipping through his notes. "I found an old forum post from 2 years ago, some girl from Olivia's old school. She talked about being bullied so badly that she had to transfer. I think Olivia was behind it." Sophia hesitated. "Ethan, we don't know that for sure." He turned to face her, frustration flashing in his eyes. "We know Olivia has a pattern. We know she's done things like this before. But what if we're wrong?" Sophia's voice was quieter now, uncertainty creeping in. "What if we don't have enough proof? If we accuse her without something solid, she'll just twist it against us." Ethan scoffed. "So what, we just do nothing? We let her get away with everything she's done?" "No, that's not what I'm saying." She took a deep breath, choosing her words carefully. I feel like we're losing ourselves in this. We're letting her control our lives." Ethan shook his head. "I'm trying to make sure she doesn't do this to anyone else." "But at what cost?" Sophia stepped closer, searching his face. "We haven't even been acting like ourselves lately. We're always tense, always looking over our shoulders. And people are already turning against us because Olivia is one step ahead." "She's always one step ahead," Ethan muttered bitterly. "That's why we have to be faster." Sophia swallowed hard. "I'm scared, Ethan." That made him pause. His expression softened for a moment. Soph, But the moment passed, and he clenched his jaw again. I can't stop now. Not when we're this close. Sophia took a step back, wrapping her arms around herself. And what if this doesn't end the way you think it will? What if we don't find what we need? Or worse, what if she turns everyone against us completely? Ethan exhaled sharply, running a hand through his hair. You're giving her too much credit. And you're underestimating her, Sophia countered. She's dangerous, Ethan. And I don't just mean physically. She knows how to manipulate people, how to make them believe her. If we're not careful, we could end up looking like the bad guys. Ethan's hands clenched into fists. I don't care how she spins it. I know what she did. And I won't just sit back and let her ruin more lives. Silence hung between them, heavy and suffocating. Sophia's heart ached. She could see the anger in Ethan's eyes, the need to fix everything, to bring justice where it had been denied. But she also saw something else, exhaustion. He was running himself into the ground for this. And it was pulling them apart. I don't know if I can do this anymore, she admitted quietly. Ethan's expression flickered with something unreadable. What are you saying? I don't want to spend every second of my life fighting Olivia. Sophia's voice broke slightly. I don't want to lose myself in this. Ethan stared at her for a long moment. Then, he took a step back, nodding slowly. So that's it. You're giving up? Tears pricked at Sophia's eyes. No, I'm trying to find a way to move forward without letting this consume me. Ethan let out a bitter laugh. Must be nice. Sophia's breath caught. Ethan. But he was already turning away. I need some air. He grabbed his jacket and walked out the door without another word. Sophia stood there, feeling like she had just lost something she couldn't put into words. That night, she lay awake in bed, staring at the ceiling. The silence felt unbearable. She hated fighting with Ethan. Hated the distance growing between them. But she also couldn't ignore the feeling gnawing at her gut, that this path they were on was leading them somewhere dangerous. She had never seen Ethan like this before. So determined, so consumed by anger. And she was afraid that if they kept going, they wouldn't just lose each other. They would lose themselves. Something had to change. But she didn't know how to fix this. And for the first time in a long time, she wasn't sure if they would find their way back to each other. The weight of everything was suffocating her. Sophia sat on the edge of her bed, staring at her phone, scrolling mindlessly through old messages from Ethan. The warmth in his words, the way he used to send her little notes about his day, the way he made her feel like she belonged, it all felt like a distant memory now. Ever since their fight, the space between them had widened into a chasm she wasn't sure they could cross. She had barely spoken to Ethan in days. He was still obsessed with the investigation, still chasing Olivia's secrets with a determination that scared her. And she was tired. Tired of fighting, tired of feeling like a pawn in some cruel game Olivia was playing. Maybe they were wrong. The thought made her stomach twist with guilt, but she couldn't ignore it. What if all of this, the stress, the sleepless nights, the whispers in the halls, was for nothing? What if exposing Olivia wasn't worth the price they were paying? A deep sense of dread settled in her chest. She had to talk to someone outside of this mess, someone who could help her make sense of it all. She found herself in front of Miss Carter's office, hesitating before knocking. Miss Carter, her English teacher, had always been kind to her. She had a way of seeing through people, understanding them in a way that made Sophia feel safe. If anyone could give her clarity, it was her. The door creaked open, and Miss Carter looked up from her desk, surprised. Sophia, everything okay? Sophia swallowed hard, stepping inside. I don't know, she admitted. Miss Carter gestured for her to sit. Tell me what's on your mind. Sophia hesitated, then let the words spill out. She told her everything, about Olivia, about Ethan's obsession, about the fight that had left her feeling more alone than ever. She spoke of the exhaustion weighing on her, the fear that they were turning into people they didn't recognize. Miss Carter listened intently, not interrupting once. When Sophia finally stopped, her teacher leaned back in her chair, considering her words. You and Ethan started this because you wanted justice, Miss Carter said gently. But sometimes, the pursuit of justice can consume us. We start seeing the world in black and white, and we forget that life is full of gray areas. Sophia bit her lip. So what do I do? Do I walk away? Miss Carter gave her a long look. That's a decision only you can make. But I will say this, justice isn't about proving someone wrong. It's about doing what's right. And sometimes, the hardest part is knowing when to let go. Sophia's throat tightened. She had wanted an easy answer, but deep down, she knew there wasn't one. Thank you, she whispered, standing up. Miss Carter gave her a small, knowing smile. Take care of yourself, Sophia. You deserve peace too. Sophia walked out of the office, her mind still tangled in knots. But there was one thing she knew for sure now. She couldn't keep living like this. And whether Ethan agreed or not, something had to change. Thank you for joining today's Tea Time story. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the world of imagination and storytelling. Whether it made you smile, sparked a new thought, or simply gave you a moment to relax, we're grateful to have shared this time with you. Thank you for listening and being part of our story time. Keep dreaming, keep imagining, and we'll see you again for another magical tale soon. Until next time, take care and happy listening.